Every day on this channel, I go through everything Elon said on X in the last 24 hours. And here's how many times Elon posted about each subject today. I'll go over everything he said about each topic before moving on to the next one. And starting with Tesla, today Elon met with the chief of the UAE National Media Office. This is his full name, but his short name is Abdullah Al-Hamid. And Elon received an invitation to the Abu Dhabi Bridge Summit, which is to be held on the 8th of December. And here's the full video. Unfortunately, there was no audio, it was just music. And another really impressive humanoid bot comes from China's Unitree company. And according to this paper, the Unitree G1 humanoid robot secretly and continuously sends sensor and system data to servers in China without the owner's knowledge or consent. Literally, the first sentence shows that it operates simultaneously as a covert surveillance node and can be purposed as an active cyber operations platform. So Based Beth Bezos says we need Tesla and Figure, our American humanoids, as well as 1X to outcompete Unitree ASAP. This is a national security issue, and Elon says that Tesla is working hard on scaling Optimus. And for Elon to feel comfortable scaling Optimus, you need to vote your Tesla shares in accordance with the board's recommendations. Alexander is encouraging you to find out how to vote with your broker in this post, and Elon reposted it. And John estimates revenue growth across the Mag 7, and Tesla comes in first with 150% estimated revenue growth. White Pearl Robotaxi replies saying, I estimate a 5x in revenue for Tesla 5 years from now. Elon replied saying, with extremely good execution, this is possible. And XPeng's autonomous driving director says that the company is removing LiDAR in favor of a vision approach. She said, nowadays, we are more confident that removing LiDAR was a good choice. Why? Our new AI system is based on a large language model based on many data. The data are mostly short videos, cut from the road while the customer is driving. It is a short video, like 10 or 30 seconds short. The LiDAR data can't contribute to the AI system. LiDAR data is different and can't be absorbed by the AI system. That is why our system grows very, very fast, because we can train it on so much road data. Someone replied, translation, we're just going to copy Elon's ideas. They got us where we are. No sense stopping now. And Elon has a laugh at that one. And Zach says he didn't realize how helpful it would be having Grok in the Tesla. It's been awesome to have basically a personal assistant at all times to ask questions and recommendations, and Elon reposted this. And a Japan news network airs a video of Tesla full self-driving. He says the world is waking up. Elon said, cool. And here's that amazing moment when Elon took former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe for a test drive in a Tesla Model S, and he absolutely loved it. Oh. And Elon reposted that. And Mr. Funman says, crazy that so many people still don't know that this is the best vehicle you can own right now. There is nothing even remotely close. And Elon said, true. And Tesla North America posted some awesome photos of the updated Model Y, and deliveries are in full swing. And John Krause wants you to know that this photo he took of Starship is not AI. Elon quotes it saying, Starship is real and no AI was used to design it. And Italy's second most watched TV news program covered a launch of Elon's Starlink as just a regular news story. It got 2.6 million viewers. Elon said, cool. Meanwhile, some news outlets say Elon Musk and Prince Andrew named in latest Epstein files release. Elon says shame on Sky News for this utterly misleading headline. Anyone pushing this false narrative deserves complete contempt. Epstein tried to get me to go to his island and I refused. Yet they named me even before Prince Andrew, who did visit. And someone deleted their post, but Gustav Anderson replied saying, yeah, he was invited and declined, known for quite some time. And he seems to quote Elon here. Elon said, I don't recall introducing Epstein to anyone, as I don't know the guy well enough to do so. Epstein is obviously a creep, and Zuckerberg is not a friend of mine. Several years ago, I was at his house in Manhattan for about 30 minutes in the middle of the afternoon with Tallulah Riley, as she was curious about meeting this strange person for a novel she was writing. We did not see anything inappropriate at all apart from weird art. He tried repeatedly to get me to visit his island. I declined. Elon replied, exactly. And Doge Designer says this is why the legacy media makes up lies about Elon Musk. They've lost their monopoly. The people trust X, not the media. And Elon reposted this. And if we go back to the James Comey situation that's developing, we covered it yesterday. Well, James Comey got indicted, and when the Biden Department of Justice indicted Trump, aides Peter Navarro and Steve Bannon, the Washington Post and New York Times treated it as straight news, not as Biden going after his opponents. But now that Trump is indicting James Comey, it's all about Trump getting his enemies. Steve Bannon indicted after refusal to comply with January 6 committee subpoena. Former Trump advisor Peter Navarro charged with contempt of Congress. Elon replied to this saying, "Bullseye." And Base Beth Jazo says the X algorithm should be reinforcement learning with its reward being the Kardashev scale. So anything that's furthering technology should get pushed. Elon said, "Exactly." And then he asked, is the algorithm starting to feel better? And if I scroll down, there's definitely a lot of yeses. But Owen says, I went down a rabbit hole on the drones in Denmark and then my feed was filled with UFO stuff for the rest of the day. Wish I could tell Grok, okay, I'm done with the UFOs, and my feed goes back to normal. And that was one of the top liked comments. And Elon has said recently that they want to do exactly that. You can tell Grok what your algorithm should feed you. And Grok coding models are still crushing the leaderboard, this time on OpenRouter, and Elon reposted it. And Scott says to Elon, if you plan on guiding humanity into an infinite frontier of exploration, then please leave politics to lesser minds. The world's first trillionaire should focus upon the future and leave politics to the politicians. Elon replies saying the decline and fall of the United States would prevent the expansion of consciousness beyond Earth. These protesters say that trans women are women. Richard Dawkins says trans women are men, and Elon reposted it. And here's Mark Randolph, co-founder and the first CEO of Netflix. The Dr. Sus says, why in the world did things get so woke? You have white queens portrayed as black. You have the sexualization of children. Gay scenes randomly inserted that adds zero to the plot. Was this on your original roadmap for Netflix? Gerard replies saying, I think it's in the Hollywood Guild writer's contract. And Elon said it sure seems like it. And this is George Soros' right-hand man, Howard Rubin. And he's been arrested for running a sex trafficking operation out of a penthouse turned BDSM sex dungeon. Rubin is a retired Wall Street executive who managed funds for the Soros Fund and other wealthy clients. Rubin and his assistant Jennifer Powers, also indicted, reportedly spent over $1 million to fund the operation. Elon says birds of a feather flock together. And today, Des Moines Public School Superintendent Dr. Andre Roberts was arrested by the Immigration Custom Enforcement today. Ian Andre Roberts, correction. And he was arrested because Roberts is an undocumented immigrant from Guyana and an active fugitive with a deportation order issued in May 2024. ICE says Roberts fled from agents in his car before abandoning it and was later found hiding in a brushy area with the help of a police K-9. A loaded gun, a hunting knife, and $3,000 in cash were reportedly found in his vehicle. Roberts was also arrested on a weapons-related charge in 2020, though the outcome of that case remains unclear. It's deeply concerning that the Department of Education failed to run a basic background check before hiring him. How many other illegals with potentially questionable histories are working in public schools, potentially putting our children at risk? Before working at Des Moines Public School, Roberts was a special education teacher and principal in New York, Baltimore City, and Washington, D.C., and worked as a network superintendent of schools in St. Louis and Mill Creek Township School District in Pennsylvania. So I meme, therefore I am, says the Iowa Board of Education knew about Ian Roberts' academic background but failed to conduct a proper background check before hiring him. Roberts wasn't just in the country illegally, he was an active fugitive with a deportation order and had prior weapons-related arrests. Yet he was placed in charge of the largest public school district in Iowa, not to mention he previously held positions in public school systems across states. How is this even possible? Elon says this is crazy. Daniel said, ICE arrested the Des Moines public school superintendent for being here illegally, and bro is on some Breaking Bad arc, and now all the libs in Iowa are not sure how to handle it. And Elon has a laugh at that one. And Dinesh D'Souza said the FBI secretly surveyed me. They allocated $100,000 to investigate my $20,000 donation to a college friend. They put me in handcuffs. That was Comey. Now it's his turn. I'm excited to see the former FBI director in handcuffs. What goes around comes around. Sean McGuire said, this is unpopular to say, but it's the truth. The Democrats used egregious lawfare. Most of it was illegal. It must come back at them, because if not, there is no deterrent to stop it from coming again. There is no good option. Comey is a criminal. And Elon said, bullseye. And Savannah Hernandez says Paris has some of the worst migrant crises I've ever seen. Entire streets are void of French culture. Migrant camps line the road. Graffiti covers beautiful buildings, and French women fear for their safety. African migrants and women in hijabs are the norm. And Elon reposted this. So that was everything that Elon said today. I thought it was cool to see Elon and Optimus in the same frame. That's something we rarely ever see, maybe never. And Elon reiterated why he involves himself in politics. He says you can't explore space if your own country is falling apart. The mainstream media is running with the Epstein story on Elon just because his name showed up in the files and he was invited. And we'll see what happens with Dr. Roberts and Mr. Comey. And if you guys want early access to these videos or you just want to support the channel, you can do so by joining the channel as a member. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.